Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make some lemon and poppy seed muffins. So a very simple recipe which I made about 10 years ago, but that was before I was doing videos. So I'm making them again and obviously with this video. Very straightforward. You simply mix the wet ingredients together and the dry ingredients together, combine them, put them into muffin cases in a muffin tin and bake them. So I start off by preheating my oven to 200 degrees Celsius, 180 Celsius with a fan, 390 Fahrenheit, and I've lined a 12-hole muffin pan with cases. You could actually just grease the pan if you wanted to and put the batter straight into the cups, but I like to use paper cases. So with that said, I'll go on to the ingredients. And for this I have 260 grams, which is 1 2/3 cups, plus 1 tablespoon of self-raising flour. Now if you only have all-purpose or plain flour, you can use that, but you need to add into it 3 teaspoons of baking powder. I have 200 grams, 1 cup of sugar, 240 millilitres, 1 cup of buttermilk or yogurt or sour cream or creme fraiche or double cream. Mine's very thick because I'm using a combination of double cream with some buttermilk. I have 2 large eggs, which would be extra large in the USA. I actually think you could use medium eggs, which would be large in the USA. That would be fine, but I have the large eggs, so I'm using them. 113 grams, which is half a cup of softened unsalted butter. 18 grams, 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds. The grated zest from 2 lemons. 5 millilitres of vanilla extract, 1.5 grams, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That's everything for the muffins. And then to go on to the top of that, I have the juice from those 2 lemons, and in my case that juice works out at about 90 millilitres, 6 tablespoons. And I have 50 grams of granulated sugar. And I'm using granulated sugar in this instance rather than the caster sugar, because the grains are slightly larger and I don't want them to fully dissolve when I mix them into the lemon juice. So I can set those 2 to the side as we go on to make our muffin batter. And to make the muffin batter, I'm going to start off by putting my sugar into a larger bowl. I'm going to add my lemon zest in, and I'm going to rub that into the sugar between my fingers. I like to do that when I'm using lemon zest because the coarseness of the sugar rubbed against the lemon zest helps to release those lovely lemon oils so much better. I'm just going to rub it in a little bit like that. And then I'm going to put my butter in, and I'm going to cream the butter until the butter and sugar are fully combined and it's nice and fluffy. And I'm going to use my hand mixer, but you could do it by hand or you could do it in a stand mixer. And that's good like that. So then I'm going to add in my eggs, and I'm going to add them in one at a time and mix them until they're fully combined. And that's good. So then I'll put my vanilla extract in and my nice thick buttermilk. And I'll mix it again to get that combined. And that's good, just like that. So I'll just set that to the side for a moment. And I'll take my flour and put the poppy seeds in, along with my salt. And I'm just going to mix those together with a whisk to get the poppy seeds distributed into the flour. And then I'm going to add that into my wet mixture, and I'm simply going to fold that until it's just about combined. I'm not over mixing it, I'm just folding it, and if there's a couple of dry spots of flour or a couple of little lumps, it really doesn't matter for a muffin mixture. So that's mixed quite nicely, and I'm going to put that into my prepared muffin pan. So here's my muffin pan. I'm using two different types of paper cases or cups, but that's fine. So I'm going to take some and put it into each one, and I'm going to do that until I have roughly the same amount in each cup. And so I've filled my cases. I may have put slightly more in these tulip type cases because they're taller, but that will be fine. So I'm going to put those into the oven, and I'm going to bake them for 18 minutes. They'll rise up quite nicely. They'll probably split on the top, as muffins tend to do. And then I'll take them out of the oven. And just before I take them out of the oven, I'm going to mix my lemon juice and my sugar together so that I can drizzle that on the top and let the juice sink into the muffins while they're still hot. And the sugar will crystallize a little bit on the top and hopefully set nicely. So I'll come back in 18 minutes when these have baked. So my muffins are out of the oven. I actually let them bake for 20 minutes because I tested them with a skewer and they weren't quite done. So I have mixed my lemon juice into my sugar, and I'm simply going to take some and drizzle it on each of the muffins. Making sure some of the sugar goes on each one. You could brush it over if you wanted to. And with that drizzled over, I'm going to take those out of the tin and put them onto a wire rack and leave them to cool. And once they've cooled down, I'll come back and show you them. So I've let my muffins cool down a little bit, and I've taken one out of its case. So I can feel that they are crisping up on the top. They're still slightly warm, but I'm going to deliver some to my niece, so I thought I would taste them now and then take some round to her. So I'll have a taste of the one that I've taken out of the case. That's very, very good. That lemon really gets my saliva glands working. That tartness with the sweetness from the sugar on the top as well, which has just a little crunch to it. And the muffins are lovely and soft as well. So very easy to make and very, very tasty. That's going to be it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there'll be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I put a link below the video as well. And I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.